So I'm back on here, of course, before this day is even out. Um, Still just taking everything in. I mean, so much have happened over the past few weeks, and just things are really trying to happen fast and stuff like that. Um, but anyway, just still, taking it all in from what happened earlier today, as far as my daughter coming here, and just all how it all played out and stuff like that, with his so-called mom bringing her, being the one that brought her by or whatever. Again, if I go back, she is the one who came to my daughter's baptism. She came to the birthing room when I was in there. And of course, other stuff that my daughter had going on throughout life. If she was invited, she also been the one that interfered a lot regarding me and her son raising our daughter together. So I don't know. I just be like, what was it all for? Why would you do this type of stuff? But then what was all the other stuff for? Why would you interfere? Um, and then of course she was the main one up in the room, making sure that I didn't bring another child into the world with her son. And again, granted, am I glad at this point in time, at this moment? Absolutely. Um, that I don't have another child with him, should I say? Yeah, because I didn't like the way I was treated by him, and like what I went through with him and stuff like that. But did I want to lose any of, what I'm saying? Did I purpose or set out to lose any of my children? No. So her and my so-called mom is the ones that paid for it, and but they went on living their lives. I don't know if they'd had abortions or whatever. I don't really care. I didn't care to ask, I guess. But what I did, um, and I do feel like they've done the best that they could with the kids that they had. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Some people could have did better, but I am biased regarding my own so-called mom because I was the one raised over there or whatever, and of course he's probably biased regarding his. But anyway, so he been releasing um my daughter to go with the people on my side on my side, my so-called relatives and stuff like that. So I mean, I just feel like, hey, that's the decision you made, and it is what it is. But I just feel like I don't let my feelings dictate, but I'm not gonna sit here and just deny myself of feeling my feelings. So that's what it is. Feel my feelings or whatever. I just don't feel like it's right. I feel like it's it's I feel like it's kind of crazy, but I am. But on another hand, I look at it like, well, he do got the right to decide for his daughter what it is. His daughter, who also happened to be my daughter, what it is, but or what she can do, what she can and can't do, and it's a lot of stuff that he just been letting her do. Going to Emerald Point, going to different places, and it's probably other stuff that she just ain't named. Then going traveling with my daughter, with you and your so-called girlfriend. Last I knew, he claimed that he wasn't with her. So I'm not saying he was lying. They might have been on a breakup and then got back together, but stuff like that I don't care for. And so it's a reason why my my daughter goes in whatever room or whatever, and I don't know, be having some whatever she was telling me earlier. I still don't know all the details, and I wasn't checking for her so-called dad and what he had going on, but I want to know what's going on around her because she's my concern. But and I honestly, almost feel like, Lord, just like and similar to how you did before when he was removed without me even knowing or thinking about it. I was pregnant with her, and then he was just removed. And I didn't want to, of course, I was still like caring about him. So I didn't want to do the pregnancy by myself. I didn't want to raise a child by myself. But honey, at this point, you get tired and you get weary because you realize that you you somewhat raising somebody else's child too, grown child, and you carrying a child, and that just be too much. Of course, me as a black woman, it's kind of like the statistic type thing. You left as a single mom to raise and whatever. I guess his mom was left as a single mom, and now his mom, I mean, not his mom, but his dad is dead. And, and it's like it was in the nick of time regarding, because my daughter had wanted to meet him or know about him um, in 2020. And then I guess she met him in 2021. And then I guess he died in 2021 too of COVID complications or whatever. And I guess now I can look his obituary up online. Like, I really, I don't care much. I just, like I said, care where it's concerned with my daughter. I'm definitely smacking on my fruit at this point. I ain't ate no fruit and stuff all day. I'm so glad my daughter was hungry and feeling hungry when she came over here. I was ready to get her something to eat. And yeah, she had them little nails done and stuff like that. Honey, I'm just because of the background. Oh, I hope my blanket still works. Just because of the like type background or whatever that I came from. I I used to get little nails done. I definitely used to go to the dollar store and get my little press on nails and glue them on. I was a child and I did those things or whatever, but I guess I just don't want my child being accustomed to the wrong stuff. But she's not me. She got the right to like that type of stuff if she wants to. But to me, it's still just being programmed, and that's one thing. One person that passed by today, they noticed. Oh, you got them nails done, and this, that, and third. They noticed that or whatever. That type of stuff stands out to people, and a lot of times that's what grabs the attention or whatever, and they like something that you have going on. Oh man, I know my blanket is not working, but they like something that you have going on, um, by outer appearance as opposed to knowing you internally. Um, oh man, so some of my fruit is definitely probably trying to go bad, but I'm still gonna try to eat it. I'm trying to tell you, I need some food in my body. But yeah, they like you by outer appearance or whatever, and then and so I guess too, the person that tried to speak to me the other day, and I wasn't thinking nothing about what they had going on, wasn't trying to speak, wasn't trying to look in that direction. Um, um, the my daughter's so-called grandma still associates with them or whatever. So I'm not. That's why I say I'm not in all that. I don't want no parts of that. That older generations who feel if people feel like somebody did something to somebody, leave me out of it. Don't put my name in nothing. Nope. Don't speak to y'all. Don't say nothing to y'all. Don't have nothing to do with whatever. Don't want to get in it. And yeah, his so-called mama was trying to speak up and say something to me, find a type of um way to jump in and have a conversation. Girl, I've been showing you that I don't deal with you. So why would I sit there and be fake or phony? I have tried to, but you as the so-called older person, you still felt some type of way. And they be feeling like, oh, I'm going to bow to or submit to a younger person. You don't got to bow to me. But if I have something that's coming from me that I'm trying to tell you and you don't feel like you need to receive it, that's on you. But anyway, I peeped that she was still associating with that person. I don't deal with them. She's supposed to be married or whatever, and I just don't get it. Why would you, you know what I'm saying? I know she claimed she had to use the bathroom or whatever, but I wouldn't be doing all that. But so yeah, that's a lot that comes to mind. It definitely takes me back to it. Of course, I mentioned it earlier, the fact that the boys' so-called dad made a phone call or whatever, and um, next thing you know, my daughter was out my house. And then today, I seen these white funeral vehicles, and I mean, so much death and bloodshed here lately. But I seen these white funeral vehicles, and I don't know. Just one thing about me, I'm just trusting God that we continue to watch over and protect and cover mine, you know, and that we stay out of mess and stuff that would, you know, get you out of here prematurely. But you know, and I just waited on God to allow for her to come here. I didn't, and I asked God, but I waited on Him to allow it. But seeing funeral vehicles, I know that, and it was just, I don't know, it just stood out to me because I seen them pass like twice, and then I seen a vulture land on the um on the tree or whatever in the next door neighbor's yard and stuff. And my son said the other day that it was a vulture. And I was like, that's probably a crow, because I didn't think they had nothing dead in their yard. Yeah, we have been smelling like either some dead animal or something that just smells foul or whatever. But yeah, and I sent my daughter some pictures or whatever of me in the jacuzzi, and I sent her pictures of I sent her the video and stuff. Well, a link to videos. Some of the videos are on this channel. Most of the videos are on this channel, and it was just of the jacuzzi water bubbling. And she was like, "I want to get in," and yes, honey, I want you to want to. I want you to want to, you know, just enjoy peace and receive peace over having to be a busybody. And that's why the other thing is, you know, just regarding her so-called dad, I just pray that definitely that she's continuously protected. You know, if he has any ill will or intentions, you know, and I don't think it's towards her, but just, you know, in general, and just they, you know, he don't take it out on her or anything like that, and that he I don't know, it was something else that I was thinking about regarding him. I don't know, honey. Um, but yeah, but people that plotted and like came against me to like set me up and again pull me down and stuff like that. I still ask God held accountable without delay. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost scared to ask Him without delay at this point because I'm like, oh, stuff is trying to like get in motion really fast. But I'm it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I got certain health concerns. I don't want to say issues, but concerns myself. My daughter dealing with some stuff where she said her rib and stuff was hurting. I don't know, you know, I just pray for healing regarding her rib. I pray for continuous healing regarding my rib as well. So I got some stuff going on. Um, other things regarding, you know, a quote unquote sibling losing a child. Like, man, my thing is, I think when she told me she was pregnant anyway, I know I didn't think too deep about it. It's not that really hung up on, hey, this ain't the time to be bringing a child in the world. Shit, really ain't no time, a good time to bring a child into this world because this world is just constantly dying. But no, this was something about it that I was like, girl, for one, pregnant again by somebody else that she wasn't with or whatever the case might be. The other thing, your so-called dad he just didn't set a good example for his, and he got, supposed to have 3 daughters, and like I said, I be disconnecting myself. He didn't set a good example, and it just it is about God's timing, and and it is about doing it right, doing it the righteous way. I'm not gonna sit here in front, and of course, as best as I could from what I was taught, I did it as best and as righteous as I could. I'm not gonna say that it was actual like righteousness, like pure righteousness, but it was definitely as best as I could, um, given the circumstances, given the environment that I grew up in and stuff like that. Yet and still, obedience is greater than sacrifice, and so God's still gonna do what He gonna do. He's still gonna allow what He gonna allow. He is on the throne. Um, what else was it? Something else I was gonna say. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna go through recent other dreams regarding my daughter and stuff like that, because I can like kind of refresh on that stuff. The dreams have been over the past like since the time she's been gone. I'm gonna say been away, not gone. Um, but it's just something for her to have been to different states and stuff like that, and I'm not gonna say that they did anything wrong with my daughter, but I don't know. I don't know the depths or anything. She was just still soft spoken, and just kind of, I think some of the stuff that has been allowed to happen to her or even around her, I have an issue with that. I take issue with. I can't really, God knows the details. I can't really call it and say, oh, y'all did something wrong to my child. Besides the overall thing of just keeping my child and encouraging her, with things and material stuff and whatever. Um, but I don't know if she feel like she has a better relationship with them or not. I asked her, I know something. She said her dad asked the question, and I just asked, well, did he accuse you? And she was like, no, he didn't accuse me. Or if you told him you didn't or whatever, did he keep on trying to, And at the same time, my daughter doesn't. I'm not stupid to think that my daughter haven't been exposed to some different stuff, and done definitely. I hope it's wisened up, but definitely, kind of bossed up, hopefully matured as well. But a lot of times when kids are around certain environments, they like try to cause you to be somewhat type grownish or whatever. But and of course that didn't come off. She didn't come off like that to me because she know that her mom gonna see certain stuff. Like God gonna show me and certain stuff. Not certain stuff that, of course, might go over my head, might not know, might not pay attention to, and might not catch and grasp until later. But a lot of times I'm gonna see. I don't care how long you've been away, honey. Don't you know what I'm saying? Um, and I seen some stuff today, but it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. But yeah, God knows the details. Whew, God knows I'm thankful. I love my child. I'm so grateful, and I just, like I said, continue to submit. And for me, I don't know why he was even. I don't know. I definitely didn't want him to talk to her about the death of that girl and stuff like that, because I just feel like you're still trying to pass some of your grief and stuff to her and things like that or whatever. And of course, I wasn't there. I can't know every conversation that they had and stuff like that. I was trying to be in the midst, like, let me find out, let me see on a daily basis what's being said, because I don't play that. That way I can tell you and try to pinpoint the lies. But I mean, a year and some change done passed, so I could never, I can't find out what type of conversations he done had with her and stuff like that. Only God knows. I just did my part, what I feel like is to pray, and I had to endure being at a distance from her. But yeah, and that's But but then of course I'm not really feeling no type of way, but I'm still pondering on the fact that my so-called people that had her in places with them, and it's been disorderly. But I just it is what it is. I had already told my so-called mom. I was like, you messy like them. I ain't got time to be dealing with stuff like that. You do messy. I mean, she just was doing some messy stuff. And I was like, never did I think, but, but God knows, and that's just that. Um, hey, are you in that room? You know, I told him to do something. That's what I'm talking about following directions. Go, get it. Told you to follow directions now. You see, I'm telling my son, no, my sons, get y'all tell up, do what I tell you to do. Don't do what I tell you, don't do what I tell you not to do, and you're gonna be alright. But I guess everybody come to that age or that time when they feel like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. And of course, when you do it, until I already had told their so-called dad, like disorderly, like when you do it disorderly or you just don't do it right. So even with that, I still submitted to God, like whatever's disorderly, I put the responsibility on they so-called dads. Like it is what it is. Even though I'm calling them so-called, it's still, and I put the I submitted to God, but I'm like, regard God, what needs to be on them or whatever, because I was just always had that yearning and burning on the inside of me, just knowing that moms is not. I mean, we do carry children and this, that, and third, but the responsibility is not on us. So we're not supposed to have that heavy burden like that. And of course, it's heavier when you do it disorderly, where when you do it, outside the will of God, or aside from the will of God, or whatever you want to call it. It is. It's definitely that type of way. I understand that a lot of people don't. A lot of people feel like, oh well, nope, everybody doing it. Everybody having kids out of wedlock. Everybody this, that, and the third. And granted, people did go before us for generations, for centuries and millenniums before this, having children with somebody that they had no, having quote unquote illegit children. But God ain't never decided. He ain't never said I approve of that. So. So we get what we get, and I'm not, not to say that there wasn't mass murderers before or anything like that, but we got mass murderers, we got this, we got that, we got all types of mixtures and all types of whatever. I do want my daughter to continue to stand her ground and stuff like that, but I just want her to be wiser as far as a certain decision. Somebody tell you to come meet up somewhere and fight with them and stuff like that or whatever, do not go. That is not, I had to learn it myself where people wanted to fight me and I stood there and waited on them. They came to my neighborhood and stuff, but still I stood there and waited. That stuff not wise. And hopefully she never makes that type of mistake ever again. Just honey, it is not worth it. It's not worth it. People use weapons. People don't fight fair. They ready to not only to see blood, but they ready to it's just all type of stuff. They ready to draw blood, they ready to see blood, they ready to honey. Just entirely too much. Y'all know. I don't even like the thought of nobody having put their hands on my child or anything like that. Cause just no, ain't no way. It's crazy. That's when I do be feeling like, oh baby, I want to see your mama. But shit, if the girl big, her mama might be big too. But my God is bigger. But anyway, um, I'm just, yeah, honey, just because whatever the case was, she told me some of the details, but whatever the case was for why the girl wanted to fight or why the fight happened, I just pray that maybe you get yourself corrected beforehand. Then my daughter sitting here telling me that she was crying or whatever because some teacher said, I already know. Why would y'all try to make my child cry or shed any type of tears? What is wrong with y'all? But I already know. The enemy is always mad, and he definitely don't like myself and the kids that have that carry my name and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But I asked her, I said, "You fine? Where you been at? Whatever. You feel fine?" She said, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Girl, I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes you can even feel fine, and you still need to go with obedience." But I didn't try to convince or coerce her. If I see what God can do on that, then I trust God for the rest. I want to be fully interacting with my child. If I had full custody of my child, I still give full custody to God. Like, and that's just that. I give her to God, should I say, and let him continue to have his way in her, let him continue to grow her, mature her, and do what he will while she's here. And, I don't even want to say while she's here because I'm just like, oh, Lord, have mercy. Because I just feel like the enemy need to turn whatever things he got targeted for me and my kids on himself and self-destruct. Whoever's allowing the enemy to operate on the inside of them still doing some, what they call it, fugazi type stuff. Self-destruct, annihilate, be annihilate, you know what I'm saying? Die. Because, if this ain't what you want, and your arms are too short to box with God. So, but, feeling, I'm not gonna say a lot of emotions, just, of course, I feel slight emotional, but I still feel pretty balanced, pretty good. Thank God for that. And, yeah, I didn't get nothing just thrown off or nothing like that. Like I said, I guess I was sitting kind of waiting for, oh Lord, where's the sorrow? But it didn't come, and I'm thankful for that. Because then after that, she was like, "I left my flower," and that was still a reason for her to contact and connect, say something else. And I continued talking to her on into the evening. Was able to give her some more information and this, that, and the third. But I'm doing too much, even with sending my pictures and stuff like that and what I have going on. Like, I want you to be careful because, yeah, delete that. But I was just letting her know. I'm not here to play no games with them. Then shortly after she left, of course the female of the so-called house next door seeing her, but the male, he didn't. He pulled up afterwards and he didn't see her, and I didn't really care or whatever because, man, my daughter, that's where she resides. Like, don't play with it. We didn't do nothing to y'all. And again, if she was born and raised here, she wasn't born in this house, but she was born and raised here, and there's nothing that y'all can do to change that. Like, yeah, and then again, I feel like and believe that, and I think that they're not even from here. So trying to come and start all that stuff or whatever, or be territorial or whatever it is that y'all trying to do, I don't care for that. But I was telling my daughter, I can't say ain't nothing changed. God is a game changer and more, but I was letting her know, girl, I'm still me. I ain't, because she was already saying what she was feeling like, thinking and feeling like I would tell her to leave. And they said, no, I'm not going to tell you to leave, honey. But I am going to talk to you and let you know, like, certain stuff ain't cool. And then I can let you know what is cool and what's good. But, like, whatever programs or whatever that he may have her signed up for and connected to, Lord have mercy. Because I just feel like it's still more, like, type set up for, like, some kind of drama to try to pop off or whatever. And I don't like it. Because I have learned regarding these programs, like, they be full of drama. I don't care for that stuff. I want to say I'd rather them take more time and have more trips and stuff like that for her, but I just want her to be careful who she relate to and how she relate to people because it is what it is, baby. We did it a different type of way, and so this is how it be going down. But, but yeah. And after that, it was just cool, calm, and collected. And me and the boys sat there and watched the Addams Family too. I didn't really watch it. I was just in my thoughts and stuff, and I was still texting my daughter, even though the boys didn't know or whatever. And and then plan on watching Sonic too. But definitely that definitely made for a good day, a better day for me, because all my kids was under at one point in time for a split second under the same roof, but definitely in the same yard. And I'm like, thank you, Lord, because they all got the same last name. And I didn't do that. I didn't do that strategically to, you know, try not to cause division. They all know well, the set of boys and then my daughter, they know they got different dads. But I didn't do that strategically to try to name my children the same thing, because I wanted to name my boys after their dad, their so-called dad. But God didn't allow it, so it is what it is. So if it's them rocking out and sticking together, because they the ones that got the same last name. The rest of them, and I'm not being funny, none of them have, well, I don't know who has the so-called dad's name now, but none of them had, well, I can't say none of them. I forgot the one he had while he was involved with me. Dude got the same last name. Oh yeah, I forgot somebody else's kids got the got that got that person last name. All the kids, and then this person keep pulling up. Oh yeah, when they was out earlier, they was definitely watching and seeing. I definitely felt a bit of pride and stuff. I wasn't trying to feel arrogant, but I felt the pride and stuff like that, trying to come up like, yeah, y'all thought. And it was no coincidence anyway. Now, I didn't make them come out the house or be out there at that time when I was walking back from around the house. I was just trying to show my daughter what was going on or whatever. And then this so-called mama parked over there on that side of the street. I don't know, I liked that because they get on my nerves when, that was somebody coming to my house, but she was parking over there. Somebody spoke to her or something, but they do entirely too much. But that, and then this person just keep on trying to play this this music and stuff like that. And I don't know, I did something, it might be stupid or whatever, but I just started dancing. I know I didn't have to, but I was just like, just kind of rocking. Because I danced to the song in my house anyway, but it also happened yesterday, pulling up with the same song. It's like, I don't know what y'all think this is, but this ain't that. And so, I'm me now, but this ain't that. This not that, and this ain't what y'all want. So, it is what it is, but I'm good on all that other stuff. I'm like I said, what I felt drawn to and stuff like that, but I felt drawn to some stuff, but I also felt obligated and felt the responsibility, but I don't want to get it twisted. I don't want to, nothing that I'm drawn to, or even, I want to say, even barely the obligation. And even if I feel a sense of responsibility, I don't care. I want to make sure that it's what God has for me. And what I feel and believe God has for me at this point, especially on this day, was my kids to be right there with their mama. Nobody else is their mama. They only got one. Can't nobody replace me, and it ain't happening. Um, and that's that. But yeah, and it's just, yeah, I didn't already pretty much tried to trick me with certain stuff and get me with the okie doke back in the day. I don't want nobody trying to get my child with the okie doke. And my thing is, I tried to talk to her so-called dad before and explain certain stuff to him, and definitely be cool, be chill, but he was on some other stuff, and I understand it, I get it, because shoot, but he the one that went on, he the one that bothered with me and tampered with me, and he the one that decided, hey, I'm in love with you, but I don't, no, I love you, but I'm not in love with you, and saying all that. It's just like, oh, okay, trying to test me, but okay, bye. I'm not gonna stick around playing the games. I'm trying to do right and live right. But anyway, so whatever's come next, just trusting God to be in the midst, and that's it. And me getting rid of the other day, throwing those little, what are they? Not curtain rod, but the curtain holder things out, the other day. Uh, And then, like I said, 2 days later, here we go, or a day, like not even a day later, or something like that. Here we go with this. That's wonderful, and it just lets me know I'm not. Oh, when I was gonna throw a mattress out last night, I didn't throw it out. I'm actually laying on it now, but I really did want to throw it out, get rid of it, or whatever. But I always want to make sure that it's meant. I was like really debating with that thing last night, like, Lord, is it meant for me to throw this out or whatever? And I never did. I just left it at that. Um, yeah, I do feel like it's definitely a blessing when older generations get to see their younger generations grown and they get to see the next generation under that. But I still feel like it's disorderly what has went on. Like even allowing my child to go anywhere, even saying yes to going over here, um, and I haven't been included, and I wasn't the one deciding it, but right, you know, God just had me to sit out of the decision making. Nothing I can do. It's been already happening. It's been went on. I just, like I said, I don't want my children confused. I don't want them brought up in confusion. Want truth to come to the light, even though now I want truth to come to the light, I feel like y'all truth definitely need to come to the light because y'all been doing some stuff, and sometimes I feel like now my truth and stuff don't necessarily need to be put on blast because for one, I be feeling like I'm not an attention seeker. I don't want no light shined over here on me, and just for two, I be feeling like they did worse than what I did, but I know better than to believe that, should I say. Sin is sin, things been done, and that's what it is. And that's what I told him before. I said, yeah, we all gonna answer. We gotta answer to him. And the thing is, he might not ask me what he asking you. And it ain't mine, but that's the thing. It's not my place to. I don't know and he might not ask him what he asking me. It ain't my place. But anywho, what a wonderful day. And it's 12:16 now, so. And then anytime any type of 27 or whatever roll around, of course, I guess that reminds him of his deceased mom or whatever. And I don't be caring because I just be like, no. Anytime somebody's removed and they can't interfere with the children, the younger generations, and continue to contaminate and pollute or give them the wrong ideas or anything like that, I'm good on it. My daughter gets disappointed when I say that and I do that, and I just be like, no, honey, it is what it is. If anybody's gonna contaminate and God is not gonna approve of it and He's not pleased, He got every right to remove them. He created them, so He got every right to remove or allow for their removal. So she don't be liking it, but I be like, girl, I'm not gonna tell her and make her get with it because it's still tough for me to grasp sometimes. But it is what it is. No, so that's how I'm feeling about that. It's more that I can say, but like I said, let God, let the Holy Spirit continue to let me breathe it in and, bring it into my pores and stuff. I'm not talking about nothing regarding my daughter because I'm not on that. That to me is seemingly crazy, just like trying to absorb my children and stuff like that. And honestly, just because I carry them, no. Hey, I laid down and did it. They didn't do the dirty or the clean deed that got me here. So that's that. But mm, I'm just like, man. So anyway, gonna go back to them dreams because that dream, there was one dream that I seen. Confess that was a year or something ago. yeah, March of 2021, and then here we are, May of 2022, and it happened in January. And had a dream regarding my daughter having a nosebleed for whatever reason, and yeah, now I know, you know. Oh, Lord have mercy. So I just say thank you, Lord. I just seen a video that was like, you ever have one of these moments and you just like, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God, and I was just it had me just smiling, and I'm like, yes, honey, because I'm definitely having that today. Um, didn't mean to fast today. You know, we ate some pizza, ended up the boys wanted that, but I couldn't even really eat it because it wasn't all that. Um, and then what else happened? Um, yeah, it was just one of them days. But she was so confident in saying, "You know where he's staying." I'm like, girl, I do not be checking for him. You need to know and understand at all. God know his location. God know the location. Then that's all that matters. Cause honey, it ain't finna be me at all. But and I can say all day that I do definitely want his so-called mom out of the equation, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let God do what he do. I can express to God how I feel, but, you know, I'm not asking God to remove her. I'm just, hey, sometimes, honestly, people got to be used and let it play out how it play out. But, to me, she just always trying to go and explain to somebody how her so-called son is and this, that, and the third. Girl, he's in his 30s and you still doing that. And even any parent that feels the need to be doing that um, at somebody's big age, it's like, I just feel like you are too in their business. But, whatever. Whatever. My daughter was starting to throw some of the food in the yard, and I was like, girl, we don't get that up because I don't want no, because I've done had foxes and stuff in the yard or just little animals, period. I'm good. I don't want all that. But anyway, that's it for right now. I will get back on here, but I might go try to watch TV. I might sleep in here, stay in here. I don't know yet, but I'm just still taking it all in. I am absorbing it like spiritually. I would just say that, but you know, not to the point where I'm trying to drain my child or anything like that.